today we are gonna bust some macro myths, especially when I'm first dealing with new clients. They might have a lot of misconceptions about flexible dieting or preconceived notions of what it means to track your macros. So we picked 5 that I hear most often. So we're gonna kind of just talk through those and hopefully they help. The first one, and the really big one, is that it's another diet. Dieting, I think, implies that you're restricting or leaving foods out, or that your nutrition is super limited to like chicken, rice, and asparagus. In reality, it's not, and especially not with flexible dieting. Flexible nutrition with an emphasis on tracking your macronutrients, which is your protein, your carbs, and your fat, is meant to be a diet to fit your lifestyle. You shouldn't have to change your lifestyle to fit your diet. The other really big one, and this kind of ties into that, is that you have to avoid certain foods. I hear a lot of people thinking that they need to eat super low carb or super low fat or really, really high protein. And in reality, it doesn't have to be like that. The majority of my clients start on something like a 30% protein, 40% carb, 30% fat diet. And then we kind of adjust from there as necessary. But the bottom line is that flexible dieting means that you eat the foods that you like to eat while still fitting in your macros. That kind of leads right into the next one, is you can't eat out while tracking. Eating out and traveling are huge parts of, I think, most of my life, my friends' lives, a lot of my clients' lives. They travel for either work or pleasure. And I think to a certain extent we deserve those. We work super hard in the gym and on our nutrition, so we should be allowed to go out and celebrate our birthday dinner and not have to worry about it, or take, a 5-day, 10-day vacation and not have to worry about it. A lot of restaurant nutrition especially is now in MyFitnessPal, or whatever tracking device you like. And a lot of times you can Google that information also. So even if you're out of town or out of the country, or if you're just, going to your favorite local restaurant, you can find foods that fit your macros, and you can make your macros fit those foods. This is another big one. You can eat like total crap because it fits your macros. So real quick, so IAFYM, like hashtag IAFYM, if it fits your macros, and flexible dieting are the exact same thing. It is eating foods in certain ratios, in certain amounts to fit your protein allotment, your carb allotment, and your fat allotment. They are the same thing. I think what we got away from in the IAFYM movement with a lot of fitness models or influencers online or something like that, they only post that they're eating pizza because it fits their macros, or donuts because it fits their macros. In reality, I would venture to guess that the majority of those people do not eat like that 100% of the time. Think about it with like CrossFit as an example. If you do CrossFit, you're not going to post on your Instagram that you did some accessory work today, right? You're going to post muscle ups or your PR for your snatch or something like that, because that's the sexy stuff. The same can be said for nutrition. Pizza, donuts, whatever your guilty pleasure is, that's the sexy stuff. And that's what entices people to get into flexible dieting and tracking macros, is because they know that they can fit those things in there. My clients eat 80% healthy whole foods, and 20% they can fit in that pizza, or they can fit in that donut, or whatever it is, because they know it will fit their macros in the long run. But if you're trying to eat, pizza and donut, and I keep using those examples, but pizza and donuts all the time, and that's what you're using to fill your macros, you're gonna feel like crap. So just because it fits your macros doesn't mean that that's what you should be eating all the time. The last one is that you have to intermittent fast, never eat past 10 p.m., eat 5 meals a day, stand on your head while eating, whatever. No, all of that is extra. What I work with my clients on is calories first, then your macros. If you're hitting your macros, then you're hitting your calories. Then we can worry about things like micronutrients, meal timing, supplements. The foundation is the most important part. And that's what flexible nutrition and flexible dieting really teaches you is that if you're within your calories and you're hitting your macros, you are going to see progress. That's first and foremost. And then another note, and I talk about this a lot too, is that a sweet potato, as an example, has the same amount of carbohydrates in it at 6 p.m. as it does at 11 p.m. So within your waking hours, as long as, again, you're hitting your macros and you're hitting your calories, it's not gonna make a huge difference whether you eat at 6 p.m. or 10 p.m. And yeah, I guess really the bottom line of all of those and where all of these myths come from is don't overthink it. Hire a nutrition coach, hire me, to help you with tracking how to track your calories, how to track your macronutrients, and all of that extra stuff can be put to the side because you know that you're hitting your nutrition to hit your goals. So that's all. Those are macro myths. And we busted them.